Hari Om.
Hari Om. Good evening and welcome to the next section of Kindle Live. Let's begin this new session with prayers.
समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः
Character is formed from the repeated choice of thoughts and actions. Make the right choice, you shall have a firm and noble character. The scriptures through Gurudev constantly tell us how to make the right choice. We have to make the right choice, all of us know that. But how to make the right choice and what is the right choice? On our journey now, we are beginning the new chapter, chapter 27, Japa Yoga. We have seen so far that there are 4 distinct paths of yoga to reach the consciousness through meditation. Meditation alone will take us to the experience of realization. Irrespective of which path we choose, in order to achieve our goal, we have to go through meditation. In this chapter, the scriptures introduce us to a 5th yoga called Japa Yoga. And in Sri Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna, the Lord himself, is telling Arjuna that among all the yogas, I am the Japa Yoga. So let us now understand this marvelous phenomena of what is Japa Yoga.
Thank you, Raj. Chapter 27, Japa Yoga. You may wonder why a student of Vedanta listening to and reflecting upon discourses on the Upanishad or the Gita should care to take up any method of sadhana other than pure meditation. It is natural for seekers in their blind enthusiasm to come to question the importance of japa for Vedantic seeker. This doubt comes out of confusion in the understanding of the Japa Yoga. The importance of Japa Yoga is going to be explained.
Yes. Normally, it is in Bhakti Marga that there are certain devices or certain instruments used in order to increase your bhakti, like the Japmala or the chanting and singing of mantras. In Vedanta, which is connected with the Jnana Yoga, one normally expects to be reading, learning the scriptures. So what is Japa Yoga doing in Vedanta?
And that's what Gurudev is pointing out. Japa is a training by which the ever-dancing rays of the mind are compelled to behave in some order and rhythm and bring out of their cooperative effort a single melody of repeated mantra chanting. In thus practicing, the mind becomes extremely single-pointed. In fact, japa properly done can more effectively bring about a sustained single-pointedness than all hasty methods of meditation. Kindly pay attention. It is not that he is saying not to do meditation, but in the world outside you will see 20,000 kind of meditation courses. That's what Gurudev is pointing. That instead of hasty meditation, go the right path, what the Shastra is telling you. A mind seasoned with japa is like tinned food, which is ready for consumption after a few seconds of warming up on the fire. A short period of meditation can take a japa conditioned mind to unimaginable heights in an impossibly short time. Japa is training for the mind in fixing itself to a single line of thinking We cannot say a word without a thought form rising up immediately in us, nor can we have a thought form without its corresponding name. Try. Can you repeat the word pen without its form? Can you? In this close connection between the name and the form lies the underlying principle in the technique of japa.
So it is very clear, even in our daily normal life, even when we have examinations, we ourselves have given exams. During that time, what is most important for us is focus and concentration. The single pointedness in whatever we are studying. And Jap teaches you how to bring that about. And like Jagdish pointed out, that there are nowadays so many things happening in the world around us where they teach you very, very strange things which are not really right. They are trying, but they don't know the correct method. So which to choose? Choose which is the original, which the scriptures have directly told you and guided you. That is so simple. And that is what we are doing here in this chapter.
Gurudev is pointing out something very, very important now. He said we can't imagine a name without a form and vice versa, form without a name. He is pointing out, why do Hindus have idols and photographs in temples? He is giving the scientific explanation of that they cannot be separated. Shall we go ahead? Again, love is not generated where sufficient thought is not bestowed. You love your near and dear relatives more than your uncle, sister-in-law's nephew, whom probably you had seen and even admired. Yet, love is not there, for you have not spent sufficient thought over that child. Thus, japa in a prayer room performed in all sincerity and training oneself to repeat mentally his names constantly during the wakeful hours are the sure ways of developing bhakti. Here Ashwin, Bhagwan is connecting, Gurudev is connecting us to the level of love. When you think of somebody much, you fall in love, you remain in love, you have some caring for it. Similarly in bhakti, which is to a higher devotee, to a higher deity, you have to have bhakti, but you have to have the same thought process. You have to think, you have to repeat the name and chant. It is always the repetition of thinking that brings about the fastness in all attachments. The less one thinks of thing, the less one gets attached to it. The opposite is also equally true. The more one thinks of a thing, the more one gets attached to it.
I think over here, Gurudev has so beautifully told us a formula of how to get rid of bad habits or bad things also. Simply attach yourself to something good, and then you see that the bad will
automatically be detached. The supreme reality is experienced through meditation alone. But the boat to reach the goal, namely meditation, is rigged with the practice of devotion through japa. Here, Gurudev has used the opposite, reverse psychology, to use the word rig. Generally, we think rig means something bad.
To trick something.
Here, Gurudev is using that trick of japa, bhakti, to reach meditation.
To fast forward.
To fast reach meditation. This also gets our attention to one more thing, actually. Meditation is totally poles apart and different level of spirituality than any of the four paths. Whichever path you take, meditation has to be done.
Yes, we have seen that, and I mentioned many a times before that irrespective of the path you choose, meditation is a must.
And here, because of knowledge, Jnana Yoga, Gurudev is giving us a technique by which we can reach the state of meditation in a shorter period of time. In meditation, one is wingless if one has not acquired a decent share of concentration power and perfect knowledge of how to fix one's mind at will at a single point for a length of time. Meditation is keeping the mind hitched on the one line of thought to the complete exclusion of all other dissimilar thought currents. To succeed in this, we must learn to stop at will all other dissimilar thought currents. This mental capacity is gained through japa, when intelligently practiced along with regulations of our normal life lived. Now, what is regulation? Remember, Ashri? The sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, the shada sampatti. I will read for you all. The shada sampatti, or the great 6 virtues that one should have in life while living. Sama, dama, uparama, titiksha, shraddha and samadha. I urge all of our friends over here to go back and understand and read these shada sampatti once again. Japa is a very effective mental discipline for spiritual progress. In recent history, there is the instance of the esteemed teacher of Maharaj Shivaji Maharaj, Sri Ramadasa, who perfected himself through the Japa Yoga of Sri Ram mantra. Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram. Bhagwan Yogeshwar Krishna himself says in the Gita, I am among yogas the Japa Yoga.
How beautiful. What a thought. Imagine getting attached to the Lord Himself. What more do you need? Just try it out yourself and you see the bliss that you yourself experience. And it is very clearly also mentioned over here that this is to get your mind single focused, single pointedness, and we also know that the mind is a continuous flow of thoughts. So it is not necessary that only one thought will come. Various types of different unneeded, unwanted thoughts will also come. But japa is the training of keeping your mind on that one focused thought that you decide for yourself. And what is that thought you should decide? We shall see further.
How must I start? Do japa is the way to perform the japa yoga. How beautiful. This is purely Gurudev style. Simple and straight. No wasting time. Know what to do and do it yourself. Brilliant. What happened to the holiday maker who waited on the seashore for the waves to subside so that he may take his bath comfortably? Don't waste your time in vain on the shores of life. Get into the ocean of this bliss and be refreshed. It's a beautiful analogy Gurudev said. We can't keep waiting for the shore, for the sea water to be quiet so that we can take a bath. The samsara sagara, life, is full of waves, happiness and sadness and anything is there. Don't wait for them to become quiet. Start off. Have a special room for your prayers.
Now the methodology of how to do japa properly.
Please pay attention once again on this. Have a special room for your prayers. Fix a charming picture of your heart's Lord at such a height from the floor that when you sit in front of it, the Lord's feet shall be on the level of your eyes. Not very high, neither low. Don't keep Bhagwan low or don't keep Bhagwan so high that your neck will get craned. Keep it at an eye level. Keep the photo or the murti at the eye level where the feet are at your eye level. Spread a plain seat, asana, in front of your Ishta. So Ishta means the Lord of your choosing. This is so beautiful of our Hindu dharma, Hinduism, Hindutva as we call it, that you can choose the God that you want to pray to. Where is this opportunity? Where will you get such an opportunity?
We have all of us have heard 30 crore Devi Devta. So there is such a large choice. Choose anyone you like.
Any Devi Devta.
Keep it your Ishta Devta, the one you love, one you like. Keep his image at a correct height, whereby your eye level is at the feet level of the Lord. So obviously, the whole image idol has to be there.
And Ishta also means, like all Hindu families who believe in the dharma and who follow the dharma, they have their own family god also, Rashmi.
Yes.
Right?
Kuladeva.
Kuladeva or Devi or Devata. Like for example, in my home in Himachal Pradesh, Shiva, they call it Mahashiva. Like some of my students, they have Asapura Ma. So you can reach that final goal through any of these Devi Devata. The Ishta has to be
very, very clear to us that God is one and He is formless, nameless. But it is extremely difficult to imagine such a Lord and pray or meditate upon something which is formless and nameless. So in order to solve that problem, forms have been created. The point is, we have seen that from the gross to the subtle. So while we perform an arti or pray or join our hands, which is physical, when we close our eyes, it is the emotion, the feeling towards the God that is important.
So from physical we reach to mental.
So subtler and subtler we go within us. So the form is only for the physical aspect of it, but the idol becomes the ideal. So that is what you have to remember, and thus you choose your devta so that when you meditate, you go into the subtler form of it.
We read further. Spread a plain seat, asana, in front of your Ishta. Have a mala of 108 beads.
Yes. Let me show you. I have one mala. You know, all of you know this mala which is there.
Now, start the japa under closed door, please, to begin with. Very, very important. There are some things have to be done in some place. You can't eat food in the toilet. Same way, you cannot pray japa mantra openly in the whole garden scene. You will get disturbed. So, at least in the beginning, Gurudev has said so that our goal is achieved. Our goal for japa is to get your mind focused, single pointed, and be connected to the Ishta.
So we make our distractions as less as possible, and that is why sit alone, sit with your japamala, sit in a comfortable position on an asana. So all of this are methodology of doing japa.
Further reading it ahead. Sitting on the asana in any comfortable leg folded pose. Don't spread your leg and sit. You may have seen many a times, mandir mein prayers are going on, and people, some of them are sitting with the legs out,
stretched out, even
or
in the direction of
supported
the
like that.
yes, you'll see all of this.
How can you have love and bhakti towards Bhagwan when you are unable to control your physical body?
I mean, I'm sure if a chief minister or prime minister at that time somehow came into a temple where you were sitting, you will see all people standing up and rising up and trying to stand straight and smartly.
Fear.
But for God, you won't do that. You will sit with your legs spread or in a disrespectful position.
Yes, Bhagwan is everywhere. No doubt Bhagwan is everywhere. But that does not mean currently when Bhagwan is in front of you, you keep your leg in front of him.
So, of course, these are some small common sense things that you should follow.
And don'ts for the focus of your mind. Do not forget why is Gurudev asking you to do japa yoga.
So let's see further.
Folded leg pose in the beginning. Folded leg pose in the beginning. Gaze at the Lord's beaming face. Body, legs, feet. Now slowly raise your gaze up from the feet, leg, body, and to the face of the Lord.
So begin face to the body, coming down to the feet of the Lord. Concentrate there for a moment and begin again from the feet, going up on the body and to the face, bringing up the emotions of faith, shraddha, bhakti within you.
Close the eyes now. Feel His presence within you and try to visualize the Lord exactly as in the picture. This visualization of the Lord should be done within you, in your love heart, which is exactly on the right hand side of the physical heart. So there are instances where doctors have heard this sentence and they have said, but there is no such thing on the right hand side of the heart. What nonsense is Gurudev is saying? So this is what has to be understood. What Gurudev is talking about, the love heart, the seat of your emotion, that heart. We never say, I love you so much. Why don't you do I love you so much? What do we say? I love you so much. Why do you touch it on your chest? That is the reason.
Because that guha or the secret cave of love is there within your heart.
Within in the center. That is what Gurudev is pointing to.
So now the whole methodology is being explained step by step. I'm sure all of you are following.
This is the spiritual heart center where if you meditate, your success is doubly assured. Feel His presence. Tell me truly, how many times do we really feel Bhagwan's presence?
Many a times I think all of us have experienced, but probably just for an instant.
For a moment, for a flash.
So let's try to keep that beautiful feeling for a much longer time.
Now, repeat your Ishta mantra a few times, slowly, steadily, with all the love you are capable of. This prepares the bhakt in you to do japa most effectively. Take the mala, search for the meru, the off head.
This particular bead over here, this is the meru or the beginning where you start.
Now, bring the tips of your ring finger and the thumb together and let the mala be hung at the junction. Hold it and just let it hang. That's it. Leave rest everything so that people can get it lower. Go slightly closer, maybe people can see it. That's right. So there is no holding of the mala. It is just hung on your ring and the thumb finger junction.
So ring and the thumb finger is holding the bead and the middle finger is ready now.
Now, repeat fervently your Ishta mantra. At each repetition, turn one bead with the middle finger, always allowing the index finger to stand apart.
So the movement of the bead is being done by the middle finger actually. With the middle finger I am pushing the bead as I am doing 1-1 jump. In my mind as I am saying Shri Ram, Jai Ram, I am pushing one bead forward and again taking the bead with the holding with the ring and thumb and pushing with the middle finger towards me. So this is the way to do japa.
And while the index finger is separate apart. Why? Gurudev is just about to tell us that. The index finger is considered to be an outcast because of its language. This finger is generally used in pointing out the other, in accusing other, in threatening, etc. Essentially, the index finger is used to express duality and the otherness of things and beings. Please explain, Rashmi.
It is you. So when we say you and I, so there becomes this duality. And Vedanta is all about Advaita, that is no duality, non-duality, or Dvaita. So there is no duality. That is why this finger is kept separate while doing the japa. Only the ring finger, thumb, to hold the mala in place, which is suspended, and to push with the middle finger towards you.
Shall we go ahead now? When you have thus repeated 108 times your chosen mantra, naturally you will come back to the Meru bead. When you have now done one mala. Now be careful, don't cross the Meru, turn the mala in such a way that the 109th mantra is counted on the bead with which the 108th mantra was registered. Kindly have a look.
I think
Sure. So, for example, we start our mantra chanting. So here it is in the hand. Om, 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 Om. And now completing the whole mantra, mala, we have reached 108. This is the Meru. Gurudev is saying, do not cross the Meru and go like that. No crossing. Instead, turn the mala in the opposite direction, and then the 108th bead will become the 109th.
Automatically.
So then we start Om, 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 and so on and so forth. Once you complete the whole thing, what happens? Gurudev says just now. Thank you, Rashmi. Let me read this part once again. When you have thus repeated 108 times your chosen mantra, naturally you will come back to the Meru bead. You have now done one mala. Now be careful, don't cross the Meru, turn the mala in such a way that the 109th mantra is counted on the bead with which the 108th mantra was registered.
107.
108 mantra.
Yeah, sorry, my mistake, please. 108 mantra. Yes.
Thereafter, proceed in all sincerity and finish your second mala of japa. So one from here, then turning, one from there. Thus, do 20 malas of japa twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening. You see?
This is ideal that we should start slowly. Do a little bit first, do one mala, begin with that, and see the effect it has on you. Just do it in the correct methodology, that's it.
Yeah. Now Gurudev focuses his energy from the physical actions to what mantra is. A mantra is a word symbol or symbols representing and expressing as nearly as possible the particular view of God and the universe they stand for. There is nothing secret about these mantras. All of them are in the scriptures. But when the mantra is given to the disciple by an illuminated teacher, it becomes a living seed. The teacher, by his spiritual power, gives life to the word, and at the same time awakens the spiritual power latent in the disciple. That is the secret of the teacher's initiation. These various forms of worship have been provided to suit the needs of different types of men at different stages of their spiritual evolution. This is just like a man when he begins to learn writing. He draws first big scrawls before he can successfully try the smaller hand. So too, a person must acquire the power of concentrating his thoughts by fixing the mind first upon forms, and then, after succeeding therein, by fixing it upon the formless.
This little bit of portion, I think I will just read out. Just as a mantra is an aid to meditation, worship of Kali, Durga, etc. is also an aid to meditation. The latter is called worship of God through a pratika or pratima. Mind you, it is not the pratika or pratima that is worshipped, but the God in the pratika or pratima. The pratika or pratima stand only as a suggestion thereof.
Now, this may not be there in our electronic books.
Yes, in electronic form, this small paragraph is missing. So I read out which is there in the Kindle-like form. Essentially, it is the same thing which I have explained to you, that the physical form is only for us to get our physical mind focused on it. So to get the focus on the pratima or pratika, it is known as that. But when you start the jap, it is the inner meditation that begins. And we have now seen what is the Ishta mantra or jap which is there to be said.
But that we will cover tomorrow.
Yes. So we have now understood how to sit for meditation.
First, japa yoga. Why is it necessary for Vedantins? Number one, we understood. Number two, what is Japa Yoga according to Yogeshwar Sri Krishna? He says, I am Japa Yoga. Third, in Japa Yoga, what is the necessary surrounding physical things? How to sit, where to sit, how to keep your Bhagwan in front of you.
Which Bhagwan to keep?
Which Bhagwan to keep, your Bhagwan of the love that you have. Then how a mala has to be. A mala has to be of 108 beads. When you go to get a mala, do count 108. Sometimes it may just be anyhow. Yeah, people are doing it for fashion also.
Yeah.
So, which kind of mala? He has not mentioned any mala. This is a Chandan mala. On the other day I said we need a Tulsi mala or a Rudraksh mala. Any mala.
Your choice.
Then he has told us the technique that this is called the Meru. How to start by keeping the ring finger and thumb together lightly, and then with the third finger, with the middle finger, just rotate slowly.
And upon reaching
Upon
108,
reaching 108, yes Rashmi?
to turn it
Slowly just turn
Within.
it. And then
and begin again
once
with the 108, which has now become the 109.
I am keeping my hand here to show you all. It can be kept here. It can be kept on your thigh. Very calmly, in a closed room, relaxed manner, with bhakti, with yukti, with shakti.
All of us are doing this to reach our ultimate goal, and the ultimate goal can be reached only through meditation. And Japamala is one of the techniques, a rigged technique as Gurudev calls it, to fast forward our meditation. But it has to be still done properly, and how and what is that properly, we will see tomorrow. So let us finish our session today with it.
Asato ma satkamaya tamso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormamrutam gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Hari Om to everyone.
Hari Om Raj.